What's up, guys? Welcome back to Player Ratings, a video that's becoming popular on the show. However, this one is the most confusing one, the most difficult one I'm probably gonna record, and I think nobody's gonna agree with what I'm gonna say. So that's probably gonna be fun. Before we get into it, like the video as always, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and yeah, let's go. Okay, so we won a big game at home. You might say Lazio was a big game. I kind of disagree with that. But you can include that because it was a good performance overall. But we won a big game at home and we needed to win it. And we did it in our own way. Like I've said in my match reaction, excuse me, this is who we are. I think we need to kind of accept that at this moment in time, that this is a team we are, and we're winning this way. So we need to, kind of deal with it. But let's start with the back line, and that's where the confusion already begins for me because I give Chesney a 6.5, and I think people will give him a 7, a 6, maybe a 5.5. Some I gave him 6.5 in between because in that first half he kept us into the game because we were not suffering basically, but we couldn't keep hold of the ball at all. It wasn't that Napoli was putting big time pressure on us. However, that big chance from Kvaratskhelia, he didn't make that save, but he was very quick to react, and he kind of forced Kvara to put some extra mustard on it and put it over the bar. But that second save on Di Lorenzo was big time. It wasn't like it was unlucky. Bremer wants to head it away. He heads it to Gatti. It goes to Di Lorenzo. Like that's my point, that we weren't getting peppered and we were not being wide open at the back. However, that save and that intervention on Kvara kept us in the game because who knows how that game would have had developed if we conceded there. So I gave him a 6.5 because at the end he he almost threw the game away basically, because in the second half we had total control. A good spell of 20 minutes, and then afterwards we gave Napoli the ball, but they had no real clue what to do with it. However, he made a big time mistake, and the offside saved them. Other than that, that one was a disaster. So I like it. It didn't cost us, but it was very stupid. Like he got complacent, in my opinion. I don't know what it was. It was very strange, and it could have cost us. So 6.5 for me. Gatti 7 because it's unbelievable now. Like the the big moments he pops up with a goal lately, and even last season, is just remarkable. Like I've no other words to describe it because he's getting into the box and he's being told to do that. Obviously, even when it's not set pieces, like he pops up there, and it's it's lethal. Like it's becoming, or it is, a real weapon now. Late in the game or in big moments, he's there, and even when he doesn't get into end, he doesn't put it away. He's always in there in key moments of the game, in big moments and big games. It's unbelievable, and he got the winner. So I gave him a 7 because I cannot believe what I'm seeing from him. Oh, like he's been improving defensively. I still think he has a lot of improvement to do defensively, which is a good thing. But offensively, he's a real weapon. He is. And that's good for us, obviously. But he got the winner again. Unbelievable. 7 for me. I gave Bremer and Danilo a 6.5. Like I said, we didn't give away chances. The only chance we give away, which was a mistake, was at Ekfara chance. And I need to rewatch it. There have been made mistakes, but positioning wise, that was really poor. Like that cannot happen, especially for the idea that we want to put out there for an Allegri-led team. That absolutely cannot happen. That looked absolutely shocking. Danilo started off a bit shaky. He gave the ball away 2-3 times in the space of 2 minutes, straight down the middle, and I was like, oh no. it cannot be one of those games. Just back, But other than that, he was brilliant. I people know how to think about Danilo, but he was excellent today. Oshiman, like tough day for him at the office. I felt for Oshiman a little bit because he was solo up there, and we've seen it with Vlahovic or whatever plays. It's not easy, it's not fun. But Danilo was spot on. Throughout 90 minutes, he was focused and he was very good. 6.5, same for Bremer. Same thing, dominant, actually in control all the time, in my opinion. So I gave them both a 6.5 because I thought that was a very good display. And that's what I actually asked for in my preview, if people remember. Now the midfield, that's where I have a lot of doubts. The only doubt I don't have is Cambiaso. He was brilliant. Like that assist, that was very good. That was just quality. Like the way he whips it in, like the pace, the power, the place he puts it. It's very tough for a defender to win that, and it's impossible for a goalie to, come and claim that. So it's kind of easy for Gatti, like easy. He's gonna win that if that ball is in that position with that pace and that whip. The attacker or whatever, the attacking team is going to win that header. And that was just quality. But even in that first half especially, it felt like adventurous, maybe at times a bit too much. But he was in control all night long. And he took big steps. I remember like a couple of months ago, he had some cameos. And I was like, that was not good at all. Like it was really poor. It was very all over the place a bit, but he looks composed now, and he looks very, how do you want to say, like he looks solid. He looks like he knows what to do with the ball. It's not like I said a couple of weeks ago where it's all over the shop a bit. A couple of months ago, basically, it's very good. He's been improving, and I thought he was excellent. So 6.5. McKennie, he worked very hard. So I gave him a 6. In the first half, I thought he was very good with his movement. Open up space, linking up, play, or like trying to switch like he was a link when we were trying to switch from left to right in that midfield. A lot of the times, I thought he was very good. In the second half, it was all about work rate, and he's been excellent at working hard this season. So I gave him a 6. I thought he had a good game. Locatelli, I don't know with Locatelli. He had moments where it was very frustrating. He had very good moments where he was very important. With the lad's tackle, I think his decision making wasn't that good today. I thought he missed a couple of things where he could have gained some, assist, whatever for us, and I think he should have done better in certain situations. So I gave him a 6. Some might say that's a bit too high. Some might say you're a bit too harsh, but I don't know. It was a weird game, in my opinion. McKennie didn't play 90 minutes, I think, by the way, and nor did Kostic, so that's a mistake for me. Rabiot, 6. That Kvara chance, and people might take it out of context, what I said. He made a mistake. It was not the only player who made a mistake. Like, Gatti could have made a foul on Osimhen. Bremer, Danilo, I have no idea where those guys are. Nobody was waiting. So it was a team thing. However, that run from Rabiot was very strange. Like, he was just looking at the ball instead of closing down. Would he have closed down Kvara? Maybe not, but at least put him in some doubts, make life difficult for him. He was just looking at the ball, and it was pointless to run towards that ball because Gatti was already there at the end of the day. I thought the second half was better than the first half, on the ball especially. So I gave him a 6 because I don't had a feeling that midfield was overpowered, outpaced, or whatever. Like I didn't have that feeling. So I gave him a 6. Kostic, offensively, he's not having a very good season. Even putting the crosses in, it's not good. It's actually very poor. But he was extremely disciplined today. Like, extremely disciplined. He did his job, and that was his job. And it was more defensively. Spot on. Like, he was extremely disciplined. He was always in position. When we lost possession, in possession, out of possession, like, he was extremely disciplined, and that's what he was asked to do, and that's what he offered. So I cannot knock him for doing his job. Like, that would be crazy. I thought discipline wise he was spot on. So I gave him a 6. Attacking, I give I gave Vlahovic a 5, and I don't think he had his worst game in the last couple of months, and I still gave him a 5. Why? You need to take that chance in the first half. Like, he takes one touch too much, and he gives Nathan the opportunity to block that shot. You know, he took a touch, put it away, and he takes an extra touch. It is a confidence thing now, but he can play. In the second half, the way he strikes that ball against the post, I know McKennie was offside. I'm like, how, like, because he has the quality. Like, if it's frustrating now for me as well, because I know he can hit a ball extremely well. Look at the Lazio game, even like hitting the post, and then the easy things where you're like, that you should put away, he struggles at. However, like I said, I don't think it's his worst game. Link up plays and build up play, I thought he was very good. He was very, very good. You know, linking up play, switching up play, holding up play, trying to bring players into play. I thought he was very good the last couple of weeks, actually, in terms of that. However, we don't get abundance of chances. You need to put that away, and especially that one. You need to put it away, you know, and you take a touch too, like, extra, and it wasn't needed. So I gave him a 5. I don't think that's harsh. I think 5.5. I don't think it was a 5, because I don't think that was his worst game. It wasn't his worst game, but it's becoming frustrating. It is, because I know he can do much better, and I don't get it. Like, absolutely don't get it. Chiesa, I gave a 6.5. That this was his best games in weeks, maybe months. You know, he was very much involved. He couldn't be stopped when he was brought into play, and he was very threatening. You know, in the first half he had that spell. In the second half, from the first 20 minutes, he was in it, and it looked much, much better. Like I said in my preview, it's a different game. Napoli will open up. Positioning wise, they're not really good. You know, they leave a lot of holes in that you know, backline, midfield, all over the place when they lose possession. And I was like, he's gonna have a better game. I was expecting that. I'm not expecting him to have that type of game next week. You know, when we play teams who trying to close up shop, are not that wide open, are more disciplined, in my opinion. So I gave him a 6.5. Now the subs, Milik, 5.5, 20 minutes. Yeah, Keane, 7 minutes. I thought he was poor, Keane. He lost 7 minutes, but he lost everything. Like, I was like, come on, like, just put your body into it, and I don't know, just win a foul, and it was just nothing. Sandro, 5, and then Rugani and Junior, yeah, like, no rating. The Milik and Keane thing is interesting because the breaking news on Yildiz, which I'm gonna discuss in a video, that he wants to potentially leave in January, is interesting because it's not that Keane and Milik are doing well, nor Vlahovic or even Chiesa to that extent, and the same guys are getting opportunities. But that's something for a different video. We won. We're top of the league for now, obviously, and we are doing what we should be doing, you know, in our own way. But it's happening, so let's appreciate it for now. Let me know in the comments what you make of the ratings, what you would have changed, what you don't agree, what you agree with, and I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao.